Hey guys, in this quick tip, I want to talk about control options that you may or may not know about out there for pistol caliber carbines or submachine guns like this SB5K from Heckler & Koch. You see a lot of things out there like pistol braces or tubes that come off of some of these carbines, and people want to know how to control them just a little bit better. And so I want to take a dive back into history real quick with the sling assist method, and that's what I want to particularly talk about today. Because you see the trend happening with these guns out there, which is awesome, but we tend to lack control by just holding this thing out there with no control. We get a brace, like an arm brace on there, that doesn't really give us control options like maybe a sling assist method. So if you're going to run a gun like this and you're looking for those options, think about just trying a sling first. And I've taken one of our D3 slick slings here and modified it with just the hardware, really adding nothing else for this particular weapon, and then setting it in a position that still gives me a range of adjustment, and I can tighten it all the way down if I want to as well. So one of the things I want to think about is as I extend the gun out, can I still maintain a mid-muscle extension without fully overextending my arms? Because we don't want to do that, because I don't want this 2x4 that the gun is recoiling against and impulsing against. So I want to have that good shock absorption, almost like an off-road truck going down the road. You don't want a tight suspension. So I want this gun to be able to recoil and have good control there. So the sling is set to that position for me where I'm not overextending and I'm not too compressed in here. I want to be able to extend the gun up into the sight line with my eyes, just bringing the sights up to my eye line. And then one I want to talk about is the hands, because a lot of people don't know what to do with their hands there. So we need that good isometric tension, but we also need to torque it a little bit. So think of this hand as kind of torquing into the gun, and think about this hand like a throttle on a dirt bike. So if I throttle that just slightly by torquing my hand around and then setting it and forgetting it as I extend out, now I can have better control on the gun when it fires. Thumbs over the top of the gun. You can certainly get away with that if I had an optic on top of here, but if I can't do that, well then I'm going to keep my thumb to the side so I can look through my iron sights. Now obviously in a perfect world I'd want to put a foregrip on this, especially this little K model, but I can't because that would be illegal. So obviously we got to abide by our laws there. So I've got to modify that grip a little bit with the thumb, either over the bore if I've got an optic. If I don't want to cover up my iron sights, and I want to keep that thumb down and make sure I'm using that good torquing. If you could put your thumb over, you'll find you won't have to torque that front hand as much. You just got to work the backhand. So give that a shot, guys. When you get out to range, make sure your slings are set correctly to give you that good muscle extension that you want for good recoil and impulse control. Practice the torquing the hands while you do those deliberate practice miles and see if your hit probability increases. All right, there's your quick tip on sling assist method. I'm Travis Haley. Stay sharp, be safe. Thanks for joining me.